Mash, congratulations, a wonderful score today, 34-4, almost nilling the opposition there, just getting Swinton on the board in the last 5 minutes of the game there. But how do you reflect on this fantastic game?
Yeah, I thought it was a great team performance. We were after a response after last week, so really happy that we've dealt with what is a dangerous Swinton team. We spoke earlier in the week just how dangerous they can be, so we're really happy with how the team's gone about the business, and yeah, we'll enjoy tonight, and then we'll look at where we can improve moving into next week. But I thought there was some great rugby played, some great team tries, and I think the most pleasing thing were obviously how we went about as defensive applications. So lots of positive signs, but we won't get too ahead of ourselves. We'll keep nice and grounded and look at where we can improve and move on to next week.
And as you say, they're a fantastic defensive effort. There was some real pace in how the boys played today, I found. But what did you think of their defensive effort today?
Yeah, really pleasing with it. We put ourselves under some undue pressure with a few piggybacks up that field. I thought his transitions were really well, and then we're putting them in vulnerable positions and giving away a penalty, and there were warranted penalties, so that's something we need to look at. But I think the most pleasing thing is the application and spirit how we went about as defensive business. I think you take that second half, for example, we were down to 12 men at the start of it, and we defended 4 sets on his goal line, and then got the ball and went up the field and scored. So that's the most pleasing thing as a coach. So really good group to coach at the moment, and we had a good week after Bradford. It hurt us last week, because we were nowhere near a standard that we wanted to play, and I think all the coaches have nailed it. I think Cookie with his attack stuff, Jed obviously with the forwards and the defence stuff with me, and Will with the back five. So really happy that they've nailed everything, and then I'm really happy that the boys have responded how we wanted, and gone out and played a really good game of rugby. It
was amazing, and it was really great to see Atta was back in the mix as well.
Yeah, he's a big miss for any team, isn't he? So I just thought he brought that that calmness to us in his attack. I think it helps too, obviously being back on a field that you're used to. You can play a more natural game of rugby that suits us. But I thought there were some really good team tries. I thought Nick Howe had a really good game at fullback as well. He can't go unnoticed that he's putting his hand up and playing wherever's needed at the moment. So lots of positives, and I hope they enjoy tonight. I've just spoken there about celebrating wins, and then come Tuesday it'll be right, let's get back to business and get on with Halifax.
And as you said with Nick Howe there, playing out of position but also managing to get 2 tries in and bagging the player of the match.
Yeah, it just shows you he's such a pleasure to coach, and we're just got to keep on building on it now. We want to be in the playoffs at the end of the year, just as a lot of teams do, and we've got to make sure we don't get carried away with ourselves, and we just keep on taking them small steps forward that are going to get us there. So we're under no illusions that we're up against a very difficult Halifax team next week. They'll be saying exactly the same. They'll have their own aspirations, they're going places, so we'll have to prepare as well as we can for that.
Yeah, it's likely to be a tough fixture there with Halifax next Sunday, and as you say, you've got to put in the work and really prepare, and to kind of go off of this and take the things where maybe you haven't done as well and kind of just build off of those. Yeah,
I think his discipline needs to improve, as we spoke about there. So if there's one, I don't really want to focus on negatives, but you always are looking at where you can fix up as a coach. I think the one area that stands out is obviously making sure we don't give easy piggybacks and pressure releases, to the opposition. So we'll be looking at that, why it's happening, how we can fix it up. But we also want to build on a lot of positives. I thought some of that rugby they played today, especially that broken field stuff, that ad-lib stuff, were great to watch. So we'll build on what we need to and fix up what we can.
It was technically a double header today. We had the Heworth Masters and the Southlands Masters take to the pitch just before the game, and as well we had a community festival over at York St John where you guys train today. So there's lots of rugby happening, but how does it feel for you to kind of come to a game like this and to have those other games around it really, and to celebrate that sense of community?
Yeah, it's massive. It's, rugby league's a very inclusive sport, and York's a rugby league mad city. I don't think enough people realise just how big rugby league is and is becoming in York. So it's really pleasing, to see it all happening, and we've just got to keep on building on it as a community. Rugby is a community spirit game, and we're just going to make sure that everyone feels welcoming and inclusive in that environment, and we'll do what we can to keep on promoting that.